Pulse is high, the vibe is clear.
Just pure talk, feel the spark. On the mic, we light the dark. With friends on air, we break the mark. Tune in now, ignite that up. Just pure talk, feel the spark. On the mic, we light the dark. With friends on air, we break the mark. Tune in now, ignite that up. Just pure talk.
Feel the spark on the mic, we light the dark.
With friends on air,
We break the mark. Tune in now, ignite that up.
just pure talk.
Feel the spark on the mic, we light the dark. With friends on air, we break the mark.
Come join the fun.
Come join the fun. Come join the fun. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Just Pure Talk, the space where we drop the filter, slow down the noise, and get real about the things. That's actually matters. No script, no pretending, no polished masks. Just honest conversation.
Like your brothers
human stories
no
and
two
the kind of
person-
truth
like their
you
swim
only
person
share when you
and
feel
broke
at
up
home.
around for like
So
3
settle
months.
down, take a breath, take your time,
I was
and
like,
listen to us on
Jesus.
Just Pure Talk. How you doing, Akai? How do you like my intro?
You're doing good. I'm gonna send you a chat here.
Usually you're always surprised, eh? Oh God. So ladies and gentlemen, hi everyone. DJ Verm here. I like doing these intros now. So DJ Verm here and yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, and I think you're the only one. I'm seeing only you, eh?
I only see you right now. You're filling the whole screen.
Okay, so you're filling the screen, I'm filling
Oh,
the screen.
there you are. There I am.
There we go. Now we're both filling the screen. So sorry. So welcome guys to our 72nd show.
This is our
Hey, what's
72nd
going on?
show. Yeah.
72nd, 72 show, 72.
I need to shave.
Yeah, me too. You see, we're not shaved tonight.
I'm looking a little Grizzly Adamsy.
Well, that's us. That's what we're doing. We said we're no filter. See?
No filter. It's definitely no filter.
Yeah. So a lot of things have been going on lately. Having
Oh
all
man,
these
so
issues,
much.
wars, government, lies.
We just can't get along anymore. I don't know what's going on in the world.
I don't know what's going on. The one thing I know, and I'm sure, is that me and you get along.
Yes.
We do.
That's why can't everybody else?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Miles.
mean.
Time.
So yeah. So we were talking about just before we got on air. We were talking about economy and stuff like that, and what's going on, and we were saying that seeing get my mic a little bit closer. Seeing that the medium class people, medium class salaries are slowly disappearing for some reason. Not saying that they're going to be gone, but with everything going on, prices jacking up, health costs going up, feeding yourself now. Go to a restaurant. How much does it cost to a restaurant now?
Oh my God, so expensive nowadays. So expensive.
So
I thought it was bad when I made that trip out to Washington 2 years ago.
okay.
And we went to breakfast, 4 of us, and it was like $150 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like that everywhere now, if not more. I did hear something interesting on that subject, though. I'm kind of going to step us back in time a ways.
Okay.
That, back before, the 60s and 70s, a husband working a job could make enough money to raise a family, have children and raise a family.
Okay.
Our parents' parents could raise a family on the single income that they had. They could buy a car, they could buy a house, they could clothe the children, they could feed the children, and a lot of moms stayed at home and raised children, and that's the way it was done.
Yeah.
Right? But we started pushing, and it's not a negative thing. We started pushing for women to join the workforce go to college. And so we basically almost doubled our workforce,
Okay.
and the wages never recovered
Okay.
from that point on. So it started to take a two income thing to do a household, to have children,
Okay.
to be able to afford a home. We were doing some simple math here not too long ago, trying to figure out what's going on around here. And if you're not making 75,000 plus a year here,
Okay.
you can't afford to purchase a house where I live.
Well, for sure.
No,
How
you
much are the
can't. You-
houses about? How much are the houses about?
400-ish to 500,000.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Ooh. Okay.
I bought my first house here for $180,000. Oh,
Okay.
correction, 113,000
Okay.
was my first house, and I bought it while I was making like between $7 and $9 an hour, if I think back then. It was a tight squeeze,
It was a tight squeeze for sure at that salary.
and and my wife was working at the time, and we didn't have kids, and so we made ends meet, and some months were a little rougher than others. But now with inflation and the price of fuel, like I was talking to my buddy over in Germany today, and the price per fuel for gallon right now is $11
Okay.
a gallon.
11.
$11
How much was
a
it before?
gallon for diesel. It was a couple bucks a gallon over there, something like that.
Okay.
It's almost doubled.
Okay.
It was like $6 a gallon or something like that, but it's almost doubled in the last couple weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
well,
lot.
it's there's a lot of things in play with that too. A lot of the EU started to get all their fuel oils and stuff from Russia. The war with Ukraine has cut all that off, so now they've had to source from different avenues.
Yeah.
The thing that's going on in Iran right now has not helped the situation at all.
Well, for sure. No. Now it's another country that has oil, eh? So wasn't
Yeah,
it the
which is-
country that was a country also that's helping out Russia, if I'm sure, for these drones, eh?
It is. It's one of the things they were doing selling a lot of drones to Russia to attack Ukraine with.
Yeah.
So I'm
Exactly.
looking up overtime here. So let's go.
Yeah.
So right now the price per barrel is $74.66
Okay.
for oil, and then it's actually was on the down because it was down to like $57 a barrel here not too
Okay.
long ago. But now it's up to almost $70 to $74 a barrel.
There's a
In 2020, the average price was $19.23 a barrel.
over here.
Okay.
So and then it got to a point where it was $114 a barrel in 2022, and then it's been kind of on a downhill slide till now. There's been some ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. But with everything going on in the world, the price is just going up. Countries are passing ridiculous EPA standards for people to meet in their vehicles. People can't afford to buy new vehicles to meet these EPA standards.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, and then everybody wants to go electric, which is it's just not going to work.
I don't know. I mean, is it not going to work because okay? Or I'll ask you the question differently. Why? Why do you feel it's not going to work?
I don't feel electric is a great alternative. Not bashing it by any means. It serves a purpose and a place. The problem is like in my lifestyle, electric vehicles don't work because I can't plug into the side of a mountain to recharge my vehicle.
No. Yeah, yeah, especially, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I've got to have either an infrastructure built on properties to house, you know, 100+ kilowatts of whatever to be able to. Hold on a sec. Somebody's ringing.
It's my end.
But
Yes.
you got to have all this infrastructure to be able to do that,
How
or
did I die?
you know,
Yeah.
we're not there with the infrastructure. We're not being allowed to. If you think a bunch of windmills and some solar panels are going to cover all the new electrical vehicles, you're highly mistaken. The state of Colorado and some other states have passed some laws now where they're going to actually get rid of natural gas. And so all these homes are going to have to convert to electric heat, electric hot water heat, electric stoves. You know, all the appliances in your house are going to have to be electric. Because you can't run them off natural gas anymore, because they're going to eventually get to the point where they're going to say no natural gas allowed in the state,
What's just going about?
Okay.
which is absolutely terrible. Have you ever tried to heat a house in a cold environment off electric?
Well, I mean, we're used to it. We're used to it in Canada. Remember, right?
Yeah, but you have a gas furnace, right?
No, I do. I got a propane. I got a propane fireplace. So if ever I need, for some reason, more propane, then you know, I mean, I need heat because there's no electricity. I got the.
So do you
propane.
heat your house with like electric baseboard, or what? What is it?
No, I have a thermal pump. How do you say it in English? Wall unit.
Okay.
Wall units. How do you say it in English, God? I can't say the word.
I know it's a thermal pump. It's yeah,
Thermal
it's the
pump.
same thing.
Thermal pump.
Yeah,
Yeah, same thing.
yeah,
So we
geothermal.
got thermal pumps that works by electricity.
Yeah,
So I mean, if I have
and
a blackout,
so there's no gas line going to your furnace or anything like that
I have a propane tank, a big propane tank
that goes to your furnace.
that goes to my fireplace.
Oh, that's
We
it.
don't have a
Everything
no, 'cause
everything else is geothermal.
everything else
heat
is it's electric, but it's like I said, we heat with the thermal pump, so cost less. Complicated a bit, but if it's not a thermal pump, it's electric plates. So, but I mean, technically, we would use the fireplace because it heats up the house better.
Okay, and
So we have a propane fire.
and how do we get the electricity to? How do you get the electricity?
Well, we get it directly by Hydro Quebec. It's all logged on our houses. It's all the wiring is all passed.
So
by,
it's all through hydroelectric.
Yeah, it's
There's no
hydro-
coal
yeah.
plants.
The
There's
same-
no
the same
natural
people
gas
that are
plants.
giving-
There's
The same people that are throwing some electricity down in New York and all that. Yeah.
so there is not enough electrical production in this state to
Okay.
make that switch.
Okay. I understand. You guys are less electric. You're more gas.
There's another one.
It's about 50-50. You go into a home, they're going to have either, most homes have an electric stove and range. Some have gas. Almost all furnaces that heat homes here are natural gas.
Okay.
I would say it's about a 50-50 on water heaters
Okay.
or gas or electric.
Uh huh.
But, you know, eventually
There's a mushroom.
I'm going to be told that they're going to cut the gas service to our house. And I'm going to have to switch to electric,
Okay.
which
Okay.
personally I don't think is feasible. And the cost is going to be outrageous.
Well, for sure, because all gas.
Gas is way cheaper than electric.
Yeah.
And the power plants that they've built here, do you know what they run off of?
Gas.
natural gas.
Some mushrooms.
Okay, that's good.
So, what are they going to run on now?
Good question. You know, future AI is going to run all that.
You know, it's, you know, good for you, but not for, you know, good for thee, but not for me. Is that what
Yeah.
we're going to do?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if Doc's coming in or not, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he'll ping me when he gets here. But,
I don't see nothing.
so I don't, I think the government is part of our financial woes. Is a
Yeah.
big part of it because they
Yeah.
keep coming out with all these new rules and laws that, oh, we're saving the environment or we're doing this and that, but they don't understand the financial repercussions that it's going to put on people. Now,
Yeah.
when it comes time to convert, I'm going to have to convert and it's going to cost me a lot of money. But there are some people I know that can't afford to convert. And there'll be a state program or whatever that, you know, pays for half or whatever of the conversion. But
Yeah.
if you've ever put in a furnace or a heat pump, heat pumps are considerably more than furnaces. That's the other thing. You can get a furnace for under $1,000 here.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure a heat pump is going to be $3,000. Because that's basically like running an air conditioner.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it runs off differential, you know, the whole delta T and the fluids and or the gas exchange between the inside of your house and the outside of your house. But does your, and so I have questions about this because I've never been on a heat pump. Is there a temperature where it just doesn't work as well anymore, or does it always seem to work?
No, I mean, okay. Is it a? There's money being thrown out because you know homes are always have their capacity of keeping the heat. I
Yeah.
know more and more we're going in the future. More and more the houses are being like really
They're getting smaller.
smaller and more less ventilation going through, and you know it's all
More insulated, more.
more insulated and stuff like that. So, but I mean, no, if you put a thermostat to 20 Celsius, sorry, I should say, yeah, 20 Celsius.
Which will be in the
20
60s and 70s, yeah.
Yeah, 60s and 70s, I should say, yeah, thank you. The heat's stable. The heat's stable. I mean, is there a running in the back end because we waste some hot air going through cracks and stuff like that? Yeah, we do. But I mean, technically, no. It's stable. It's a good heat. People like the electricity heat. I like better the either fireplace or my propane fireplace, and then the thermal pump because the thermal pump is really a nice heat. You know, I got two. I got one. 'Cause
That's the other
I'm
thing that's going to go away. I totally forgot about that.
What?
My fireplace is going to be useless because it's a
Because you
gas
have what?
fireplace.
Okay, you have a gas fireplace. Okay, so you're natural gas.
I'm natural gas. So not only do I lose my fireplace, not to mention I forgot this too. I haven't had one of these in a long time. But some clothes dryers, a lot of clothes dryers in the United States are natural gas.
Ooh.
Because there are some homes here that don't have the electrical service, the amperage to come to their home
Okay.
there's a lot of infrastructure that's going to have to be upgraded. And there's a lot of homes that are going to have their electrical systems upgraded just
Okay.
to handle the new load of all this electrical equipment.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I had a buddy for the longest time. He had like 4 or 5 circuits in his house.
Wow.
He didn't even have a 100 amp service to his house. He had like a 50 amp service to his house.
Okay.
It was an old home.
Okay.
But, you know, people like that are still living like that, now we're going to have to upgrade to these. I mean, God, that's going to be thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
All because you don't want to supply natural gas anymore because you said, we're going to get rid of that.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, you can't. I don't know how.
No.
And that's why I think the government, like, they did that buyback program years ago to buy all these old vehicles and take them out of the market. And so there was no old vehicles for young kids to buy. Because our first cars were old cars. I mean, come on. I mean, they weren't brand new off the line cars. They were old cars.
No, but we used to have old cars, yeah.
You had a jalopy and you milked it along until you could afford a newer jalopy.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. I
And
still
then you-
remember.
and then you bought another one, and then eventually, somewhere down the line, you go, hey, I'm making good enough money now. Maybe I should buy a new car so I don't have to deal with this.
Did you ever try to paint your car?
Oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
don't paint it, but
that was a
Did you ever paint it with,
with the spray can. Oh yeah,
either a spray can or I when I had my first car?
fix the rust spots with Bondo. Oh yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I painted with oil. I mean, with painted oil, but with like we do
a roller.
A roller. So I had the best looking orange peel car
Yeah,
because
But-
it would do.
but
That
that's
was in the times. That was in the 80s. That wasn't.
yeah, but now kids, you're not finding. Back in the 80s, I was buying. Back in the 90s, I was buying early 80s, late 70s cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what I could afford. Well, when they did this whole buyback thing, they destroyed all these cars,
Yeah,
melted them down for scrap metal,
yeah.
and destroyed all these engines and transmissions. Well, now the younger generation didn't have money to buy a new car because you used to spend a couple grand and you buy a new car, and you could get along for 4 or 5 years on that car, and then you would save up enough money in the interim while you're working jobs,
Yeah.
making your way through the food chain so you could buy a nicer car.
Yeah.
One that you didn't have to fix every weekend.
No, you're right. Hey, I remember one thing with when I had my first car. I paid that $500. It was my brother, my oldest brother, who sold me his car. But you know how we are between brothers.
Yeah.
Sometimes they sell you scrap. So I bought the car. My floor under the gas pedal was completely rusted. My bench, when I was sitting on my bench, it was like wobbling like that. It's like, so I had to create a floor out of fiberglass.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when I was 16.
The good old days, right?
Yeah, we used to rip up our cars and fix them up, and 16. Yeah, I still remember that time. But it was good, man. They brought me all the way to Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
went to
You know.
and it was marvelous. And then now you see today, no one wants to buy a used car. Or either if they buy used, they're going to buy the car that looks the best. So they're going to go buy the BMWs. They're going to go buy all the other brands that are sold cheaper.
I
or-
told my wife if I have my kid turns 16, he's gonna get my truck. He's gonna be able to use my truck, and I'm gonna go out and buy a used truck, and I'm gonna repair it and get it rebuilt because I think it'll be cheaper for me to rebuild it than it will be for me to buy a new one.
Okay.
Because what's a new truck run nowadays? 80, 100,000.
Yeah.
And that's- and that's not
cars
even
are
for
going
the-
up all the time.
That's not even for, a fancy one.
No.
Some of these fancy ones are in the 150, 180 grand range, and I'm like, it's a truck.
Totally. Yeah. And I heard that they might be coming back to. They're going to start taking out maybe some of the technology. They might be coming back to a more economic car. They're going to cut
Well, do you
out
know-
all these.
Do you know why the cars got fancier and heavier over here?
Why?
Because of the EPA standards on fuel mileage.
Okay.
The EPA standards on fuel mileage says, well, if your car weighs under this amount, then it has to get this certain type of gas mileage. Well,
Yeah.
it's just they can't engineer that in, so they just made them bigger and heavier, so that way
Yeah.
they could fall into the next slot up and get just as crappy gas mileage.
Like my pickup.
Yeah, which my truck gets terrible gas mileage, but not for what it does.
What is it, 13, 14?
Ooh, I wish that'd be awesome. Maybe downhill with a stiff breeze.
Yeah, sure.
You know that my Silverado.
If I'm hauling my trailer,
Oh no, if you're hauling, it's
if I'm hauling my
incredible.
trailer, I get an 8.5 miles to the gallon.
Seriously?
Seriously. And if I'm not hauling my trailer, I get anywhere between 10 and 12 miles to the gallon. But originally it only got 16. Like if you were like going across Nebraska.
Okay.
But up in the mountains, it's going up and down the hills all the time and you get less gas mileage. So where I live here, so
Crazy. No, I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah, crazy.
In person, neighborhood.
Okay, I got a couple of questions that I wrote down, dotted, and
Okay.
it's something just to get out, and then we could go back into, because I know you're going to bring me back into another topic. I want to talk about friendship in adulthood.
ooh.
One big one,
Yeah,
one big one.
that's a good one. Are you curious to know why making new friends after 30 feels like dating? Do you think that?
I think it's because you are trying to not necessarily sell yourself, but you're trying to prove to the other person that you are valuable.
Yeah. And,
You know,
and
valuable
that's what-
enough to get their friendship.
Exactly, and that's the reason why we always have the pressure to succeed all the time. I don't know what happened over the years. Do you know what happened over the years? I don't know.
Well,
I just keep
I
wondering.
I think we're not as friendly as we used to be.
No,
Because you used to go knock on your neighbor's door. Hey neighbor,
Yeah.
what's up?
Come back after you get
yeah,
out.
You know, when you got a phone call, you answered it. You didn't let it go to voicemail. Well, society was a lot different now, and I think, I mean, all the bad things that were happening in society back in the 50s are still happening today.
How about I
It just now we have the internet to tell us that it's happening.
oh yeah, for sure. And we all
So-
go on it.
Yeah, and as soon as something bad happens, everybody knows. 4 countries away, people know something bad happened. Like, there's sometimes I'll get a text message or something like that from somebody and go, what the heck's going on in your state? What the heck's going on in your city? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they'll tell me about something I never even knew happened.
Okay.
Like, we'll discuss that. I didn't know all this stuff was happening for like almost a full 24 hours.
Okay.
But I've taken a lot more. I unplug myself more from, I guess, the feed, as you can call it. I'm not on social media. I don't have. I have a couple social media accounts for stuff relating to this, and that's it. I don't go on to them constantly. It's not an everyday thing for me. I don't have them on my phone. None of my mobile devices have any social media whatsoever on them.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
want to get a hold of me, you got to use a messaging app or a phone number.
Oh yeah, you got to have that messenger.
I don't have Messenger.
I know, but I mean that, you know, and a lot of people tell me that. No, I'm not I'm a computer guy. I love
I
everything.
love computers.
But I mean,
If
the
this
thing
thing
is,
if this thing lasts another week, I'll be shocked. But
well, here we're talking about multimedia. Is social media killing authenticity or exposing it?
oh, it's killing it. Hands down. People are lying their butts off about how perfect their lives are. And oh, let's pose for this picture and we'll look like a happy family. And then they're arguing 10 seconds later after the photo they posted about how wonderful their life is. And it's a total crap show. That's what I think. And that's what I've seen. You know, and I've had discussions with people about this. It's like, well, so and so in this and so is that, and I go, and the rest of their life is crap. Have you talked to them? Their whole world's falling apart, man. That's all they got.
Well, I mean, they have only that, and they stay on it. I've been watching a lot of these different clips from different multimedia platforms, and sometimes you see the generation, and you're going, how can you just think of doing these eyes and these? And you're
And I'm
going
not
like,
saying I don't, I'm by far
You're right when I'm turning around, you were just
not. I mean, I scroll. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There are
No,
points
I
in my
do.
day where I scroll, where I'm hitting the YouTube and I'm just scrolling through the shorts, you know. But nowadays, you got to watch all that stuff because over 50% of it's probably AI related in some sort of form or fashion.
yeah, yeah,
So if it's in the amount of AI content out there, and we discussed this before in the past, is more than doubled real creator content out there.
uh-huh.
So a lot of the stuff you got to go, is this true? And then you got to go fact check it. And then you got to go find out if there's actual art, like a real article about it, not an AI article about it.
Okay.
You know, which gets a little difficult.
It does. It does, and it's one of the things that I've been looking at, and a lot of people to fall into a depression. A lot of people have to take pills now today. They don't
Yeah.
want to feel they don't want to feel anymore the reality.
And what? And that's probably because somebody told them, "Hey, well, you don't feel good. You come talk to me, and then I'll write you a prescription, and we'll get you on this SSRI, and you know,
Yeah, well, are we too sensitive, or are we really listening?
yeah, people are way too sensitive nowadays.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Everybody
Way
from
too sensitive.
everybody from any generation, I should say.
It seems
Yeah,
like the
I was in a
generations have
parking
gotten
lot.
more sensitive
Yeah, I wasn't in a parking
towards this
lot today.
current one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go up front. But I wasn't in a parking lot today, and I was walking to the store, and suddenly, man, I see an elderly woman driving her car. She almost ran over me.
Okay.
Then I turn around and I look at her and I say, "Why are you so stressed?" I mean, I'm still the young one working, and you're on your retirement, and you couldn't stop at the walking. You know where they have the yellow line so you can walk, because usually you're supposed to stop.
Well, that wasn't there 10 years ago.
I know, but she went like, woof.
Yeah.
Then she looks at me and she's like pissed. And I'm going like, wow.
You know, I
No.
fall into that trap where I'm just like, I don't want to bend to change.
Oh yeah.
And I look at a lot of these elderly people's income is
Okay.
another reason they're probably stressed, because their dollar doesn't go as far as it used to.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So she could be worried about, okay, do I pick up my medication this week or do I pick up food?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. And a lot of things is the burnouts that nobody sees. Because a lot of people don't believe that they're in a burnout. So a lot of people are struggling, but they say they're not struggling. But with everything going on today, there's that lockup. There's that lockup. Your mind is locked.
I see
So,
from inside the building.
you know? So sometimes, you sit down and you say, is resting now become illegal?
Has resting now become illegal? I
Taking
guess it
time-
depends on
taking
what
time for
country you.
yourself.
Well, it depends on what country you work in, I guess,
Yeah.
because there's
Well-
a lot of places where the trains are no longer running on time like they used to. Germany, for instance, where people are taking advantage of all the labor laws and they'll go to their doctor and get a permission note that says, hey, I'm sick and I don't feel well, and they don't show up to work for 6 weeks. Well, there's nobody to cover that shift now, so now that train can't run. You know, and in a lot of countries around the world, that's happening. And then there's a lot of people I know that will work the bare minimum to get by. And I'm not faulting them for this. I totally understand where you're coming from on this. Because they're like, why should I work myself to death for somebody else to retire at the age of 65 or 70, broken, unable to enjoy my rest of my life? I should just enjoy it now while I'm alive and deal with it when it comes. And I part of me doesn't fault them, because I see in the future with AI and everything going on that there is just going to be a universal income. People will be getting paid X dollars no matter what they do and who they do it for.
Yeah, and it ain't that becoming the situation of today now with the internet? Like, there's now you can have jobs at home. You go through a crash course, you can have jobs at home. And
Yeah,
get
I
paid.
know I
And you're
know
home.
a couple IT guys I know that are working 2 and 3 IT jobs from home. And the other companies know that they're working for other companies. And they're making 6-figure salaries from each company.
It's a lot of moolah.
It is, because, and what they're doing is they're bankrolling the other 2 jobs into retirement so they can retire at the age of 40.
Okay.
I don't, hey, use the system however you need to, but do it right.
But is that a reality? See, you have a generation that wanted
Oh yeah.
quit earlier.
Roblox.
And so they're going to burn themselves out, work 3 jobs, like you said. That's a lot of hours, because, you know, being in IT, it's a lot of hours.
But is it really? Some of these IT guys go to work, do a couple emails, fix something, and they sit around all day waiting for a call.
Well,
Because they've engineered the system to where, okay, when we do our monthly updates, yes, these 3 days I'll be really busy, and then I'll be putting out a couple fires throughout the week, here and there. But the rest of the time, they just go in and stare at a screen waiting for a service email or whatever, or a call for service.
Okay.
You know,
Well, it must depend which company, eh?
yeah. I mean, if you're doing like, desktop support or something like that, that's different. You're busy all day long. But if you're like, in the server room, making sure that everything's running fine, and you're putting new hardware in or changing hardware out, that is not. It may be mentally taxing job, a mentally taxing job, but it's not a, I wouldn't call it a physical taxing job.
Okay.
Because you have, and we've worked all these jobs before. You have jobs that are mentally taxing, which just makes you exhausted just from all the mental figuring out you have to do during the day. Then you have labor taxing jobs, right? Like where you're the low man on the totem pole for a construction company, and you're hauling wheelbarrows of dirt and jackhammering all day, right? And then you have those jobs that are kind of in the middle, where it's the worst of both. You're mentally taxed and physically taxed.
Yeah.
And but I think if I was gonna pick one to do for the rest of my career, if I'd have been smarter about it, it would have been the mentally taxing job, because then I would have my health in my later life.
Okay. Okay.
My knees
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're right.
hurt, my back wouldn't hurt, my fingers wouldn't hurt from doing all the little fine motor skills to do a labor job.
Yep. Totally with you on that. Yeah.
Because we both worked some pretty labor-inducing jobs. I mean, when
Yes.
we were younger, and
Yes.
and then we go, this is not too smart. I'm going to get me one of those higher paying jobs where I got to go get college or go get some training and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
that's
mean,
why
we
I
all went
became the
there.
guy that read the manuals and studied the equipment and understand what it could do and what it could not do. How to, access all the troubleshooting menus and all that stuff when it came to all that stuff. So that way I could point to guys and go fix this, go fix that, go fix this. Okay, I'm going to run the wires over here. I'm going to set up the software. I'm going to set up this. I'm going to set up that. I'm going to integrate all those wires when you bring them back into me in the control board, and then we can get the system up and running.
Well, talking about troubleshooting, I think I'm going to have to send you the message, the mission of trying to figure out how to put our damn Facebook pages back on Riverside.
It's not still not going.
I'm still running
Dear Riverside,
direct filming on
we
my
have
own page.
Issues. I like the
Yeah.
product so far.
No, I do. I mean, I'd have to show you all the back end. I will.
Yeah.
I'll take time. Since we're both in this, I'll take time. But no, I wanted to bring that up. I would bring it up because I know you're a guy that likes to troubleshoot. So I think I'm going to send it your way to give you that
Yeah.
that thing. Relationship breakups. I want to ask you a question on that because I know
Okay.
you must have lost some friends, and I lost some friends. And did you realize that they hurt sometimes more than a romantic one when we lose friends?
Yeah, I can see that.
And
I
why?
I think it also, how many years do you have invested in that person? Because here's where
Yeah.
the differences lie between men and women. Women will get mad at each other and be like,
Yeah.
"I'm not talking to Joanne ever the rest of my life," and by God, they mean it.
Yes, they do.
They'll get in a fight and that's it. End of a relationship. They'll never talk. They'll never do nothing ever
Yeah.
again. That's the
Yeah.
evilest person in the world.
Yeah.
Guys can get in a fist fight, and the next week they're drinking beer together.
Yeah. I'm totally with you on it.
So,
Yeah.
but I think another thing with men is though, and I see this as a dying breed of men, and it's a very sad thing, is there is a lack of honor, a lack of loyalty between men in friendships, in their bromance, whatever you want to call it. There are brothers that I consider them brothers that
Mason, I'll give you some stuff.
if I got the phone call, I'm in my truck and I'm gone. I'm coming to help any way I can. What do
I'm
you
like
need?
that. Yeah.
Mason, stuff.
And I think
I sent you a request to trade.
with social media, and I kind of blame social media for this, where that is just gone out the window.
Except
Okay.
I just got something. Was this a Ragnar thing? A Ragnar thing.
Ragnar wrote us.
Yeah. Not right now, he says, but I gotta call him later. Okay.
Okay.
He may have a fix for our stuff.
Okay. Good. That would be
But,
helpful. I'm trying
He is
everything. I tried.
definitely more computer savvy than I would ever be. I know enough to get dangerous. And that means wipe out my own files and delete myself off the internet and forget my passwords. But there are a couple friends in my life, and unfortunately some of them have passed over the years, and that hits like a train car full of bricks when you have somebody like that pass in your life.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would like everybody to have that one person, right? And I had a teacher say something very wise to me. when I was in high school. And he's like, look, friends will come and go, but you'll never have enough true friends in your life to be able to count them all on more than one hand.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally with you on that one. That's true. That's true. I have, but I had two friends, like you said, two best
Yeah.
friends. And without going deep into the conversation, because we're on media platforms, I lost one of my friends. I have my best friend that is with us in LPD podcast, and we've been friends for so long. But I've
Yeah,
lost,
for a long time.
yeah, for a long time, more than 20 years, and I lost my second one, if I should say. So, well, it hurted, but I mean, after a while, when you realize there's so much stuff going on, and you don't get into an understanding, and we just took a decision to leave it there. But more than 20 years, still, it's like a couple. Sometimes I talk about it to people. I go, "You're more than 30 something odd years with the same wife."
Yeah, but isn't that the whole point of?
Well, yeah.
And I
That's
guess
what I'm
there's
trying to
some
tell
things
you.
in friendship that there are some things that are unforgivable,
Yeah.
and that you'll be like, we will just never agree on this, so we're just either going to never bring it up or we're just not going to talk to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
totally.
that's the decision you have to make. And there are some things, like if they did something criminal and it was so heinous, you're like, dude, I can't. I'm sorry, bro. We can't do this ever again. We can't be seen together. I can't do it. And
No.
there are things like that.
There are. And that's the boring part of life, Cannot understand either if it's a romantic relationship or either a friendship.
Because
I
we
still
both had
have
an
a lot-
acquaintance
Yeah, and I still have a
that
lot
was
of
a
problems
friend.
saying-
That was a friend. I don't think it was not much of a friend for me, but more for you. That did something that was heinous. And it both hit us like a tank. We were like, I can't believe it.
Is that one of our friends?
I think at the time he was a friend. He was an acquaintance, a friend.
Okay.
I wouldn't say a best friend,
No.
but he was a
An
friend.
acquaintance. Yeah.
He was an acquaintance friend.
Yeah.
And I think we have levels of friendship too.
No, we do. You have to have levels because not everybody you can have confidence in. Not everybody you can believe.
Not everybody's
because
going to
of-
help you hide the body.
No, and a lot of backstabbing. So, in a sense, so you don't need that in life. I've learned that. I gotta say thank you to my wife. She's taught me a little bit more of what are the real friends and what are not the real friends.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say it. I mean, because I used to be. I'm a DJ. I had a lot of friends. I had club friends. I had restaurant friends. I had
But were those acquaintances or friends?
No, well, in the time when I was young, I used to say friends. But technically, if we talk about our age today, they're acquaintance.
Yeah. We had a
You're
lot
totally
of
right.
acquaintances.
But you're
And
young.
I have a lot of acquaintances.
Yeah, you're young, 19, 20. You take out a couple $100 bills and you go to the club and say, "Okay, I'm paying the shooter to everybody." So how you make a lot of acquaintance?
Yeah.
So, oh no, it brings me back. You're bringing me back. Well, I mean, with our discussions, you're bringing me back into my golden ages, I should say, of when I was young. And
I don't know if I've had some ups and downs. I would not say I'm in my golden age yet.
No,
And I'm not talking golden like as an age. Like
no.
I'm talking, I think there's more that I'm going to be able to do later in life that I think will be to me worth more than stuff I've done in the past.
Well, it's for sure because more you grow with seniority, just not to say that you get old. The more you grow with seniority, more you're going to do different things. I'm seeing it today. I'm seeing it today. I'm seeing that we stopped doing this, and now we're more going into taking care of ourselves, more into going on vacation, and anyways, there's always an investment in a couple. You have to have time to invest in a couple. If you don't invest in your couple, I'm talking about going on vacation, taking some time off, being with just her. I'm sure she's listening. She must be saying, yeah. He
Next year
understood.
will be 30 years for me
30 years. Wow.
of
Congrats.
marriage.
Oh, of marriage. How many common law?
None.
No, or is it? Maybe we don't say it. Maybe I'm not saying it well. With your boyfriend, girlfriend, when you started off.
Oh, we dated for 5 years before we got married.
Okay, so that means you've been 35 years here. Here, when we say common law.
Oh, okay. Common law means you're together and you call each other partners.
Well, when you started
And-
off, when you were beginning, it was just a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So you done 5 years, then you got married, then you officialized your couple,
Yeah.
and so I always say I have 19 years of marriage, and then the rest is common law. So it's like 37. I've been 37 years with my wife, or maybe 38 now. Sorry if I'm getting out the wrong answer. But
No,
it's been a
because
while.
we're men and we don't remember that stuff. We're terrible at it.
No. But she keeps telling me not.
That's why there's a reminder in my phone. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then she keeps telling me all the time, "Don't give me flowers at St. Valentine's Day," because she finds it's marketing. So I
Yes.
saved there. But the thing
You
is,
know what?
we go on vacation. It cost us more than flowers.
So this pissed me off. I do not usually buy flowers.
Okay.
This Valentine's Day, I decided to buy my wife flowers.
Okay.
I went to a company that has the letters FT and D in them and ordered flowers. They were late.
Are you serious?
How your sole job in life, and this was not a cheap order, mind you, sir. Sole job in life is to deliver flowers on the date specified.
Uh-huh.
And it's not like I was having them delivered on Valentine's Day, because that was a Saturday.
Okay.
I told them to deliver them on Friday. They didn't dare get there till Monday the next week.
Are you serious?
I'm totally serious. I was livid.
Oh God.
Because, it just, to me, it just, ugh.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I think anything over $20 is a lot of money, so
Okay.
I still sometimes ask my wife, is it all right if I spend? And she's like, I don't care. And I'm like, but it's a lot of money. And she goes, why do you feel guilty about it? Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, we like to
And
spend.
then there's other times I'm just like, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I don't care how much it costs. I'm buying it.
Yeah, you're like me. We're both the same.
And
Just look
Yeah.
what we're doing today. We're kicking off the show. We're in a multimedia platform. Me and you are investors. So, and we're just saying to hell with it. We're having fun. But we're still paying, but we're having fun. Maybe one day we're going to get some sponsors that are going to help us out into paying the bills, but
would be nice.
whatever. One
We
day.
should probably talk about what's going on in the world.
Yeah, let's go. Let's hit it because we got about 5 minutes there.
And Doc said he was going to try to come in today, but he had prior obligation, and I didn't know. He obviously didn't make it back in time. So, like I said earlier in the show, I didn't know for an entire 24 hours. I did not know till the next morning when I woke up and my phone beeped at me.
Okay.
And I was like, we did what to Iran? What the hell is going on in this world? What have I missed this week? What led up to this?
Yeah. I'm still wondering what went up to this.
So I guess the peace talks fell through. And Trump was very adamant, like, hey, if you don't come back to the table and we talk about this, bad things are going to happen.
Well,
And
he did say something like that.
well, bad things happened to Iran.
Sorry.
But after looking at all the stuff that Iran's done over the last 40 years to everybody around the world, and the last 2 assassination attempts on Trump were from Iranian operatives. And
They were? I didn't know that.
yeah, two of the assassination attempts were Iranian operatives, I guess. That's,
Wow.
I don't know. I never saw much about it because not much ever comes out about when somebody tries to assassinate a president unless they succeed.
Yeah.
And so he unleashed a can of whoop ass. And I guess we've sunk 12 of their Navy vessels so far.
Yeah, and a submarine, if I remember.
And one from a submarine, which hasn't been done since like World War II, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And in this one, though, this ship that got sunk by a submarine, where I guess like over in the Indian Ocean or something like that. Wasn't he like it was a ways, like, dear Lord, what's going on? Then Iran lashed out and started hitting a bunch of bases in other countries like
Yeah,
Saudi
Dubai.
Arabia, Dubai,
They hit a hotel. It was like a
UAE.
hotel.
Yeah, well, they're hitting hotel. They're some of them hit military installations, and a lot of it hits civilian infrastructure. And whoa, those people are not happy. And so now all these, like Oman and all these other countries are now launching strikes against Iran. Well, okay, you want to attack our country? You missed your target and you hit our people, so now we're going to hit you. I guess, and they killed the leadership, the original leadership for the country.
Yeah, I think it's that what's his name there, the guy with the white beard. Yeah, they killed
Yeah.
him.
And
And
then
I think a couple. Yeah.
yeah, and a couple of the other guys were pretty high up there. Then there was the new leadership that came in that was trying to talk and do things and basically let their military go ham. I guess those guys all just got killed not too long ago. So that's been wiped out. So if you want to be the leader of Iran, be careful. Do it from a bunker. One very deep.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, and I guess it's still going on. And I guess there's been some comments made, but people higher up have said this is not the worst to come, and more is coming their way.
Well, for sure more is going to come.
And
But we'll have to see how.
I would not be surprised to see boots on the ground in that country, but not U.S. or Israeli.
Okay.
I think it'll come from other countries that are around them that have had
That
enough
got
of their
attacked.
crap, that got attacked. This is just my random thoughts going, their country's in disarray right now. Their military is all over the place. They practically don't have a navy anymore. I guess we shot down an F-35 shot down one of their airplanes today. So they have no air support, air cover active over there. I mean, like, if you were in one of these other countries, like if Iraq was more stable, and maybe Iraq may do it anyways, but Iraq and Iran used to bout it out all the time. back in the day, back in the 70s. They
Yeah.
fighting all the time in the desert.
Okay.
And I would not be shocked if one of these other countries that's got an actual military goes, you know what? Iran looks like a good new fiefdom. I think we're going to take it over, or at least take over a portion of it. Like maybe the parts that control the strait. They're going to be like, yeah, we're tired of your bullcrap on the strait. We're just going to take that part of the country over, and it's now going to belong to one of the other countries. And
Crazy.
I don't know if you think that's possible, but that's
No,
my
well,
thoughts.
There's and we were talking about it. I've been listening to some panels discussion with different economists and stuff like that, and that topic of World War III always comes out, and they just keep saying impossible. I mean, okay, we're seeing that it's going crazy, but because it's more closer to us now. Because
I
usually
see.
it would be Europe.
I don't see anything as impossible.
No, I know. I know you have that eye of the lynx there, but I understand that. I just keep positive. I'm going to say this again.
I hope and pray that never happens.
Well, for sure. I mean, why would we want another war?
We don't.
And especially the war will be different than World War II.
But
Look,
I look
we're
at it
seeing it.
like
Sorry.
Iran, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Iran used to be the most westernized Middle Eastern country in the 1970s.
Okay.
Like women going to college, women wearing mini skirts. They looked just almost like America in the 70s.
Okay.
Okay. And then the Shah took over, reverted it back to the 1600s. And they've been there ever since.
Okay.
And I think this is a time for the people of Iran to step up and take their country back if they so wish, which there has been a lot more of that happening over the last couple years, where people have been protesting and getting killed, and people are protesting that the fact that somebody got killed, and the police are getting on the protester side. I think they're hoping something like what happened in Venezuela happens,
Yeah.
where people step forward and go, okay, we got rid of the bad guy. Now we can bring our country back on an even keel. Let's
Yeah.
try to do this.
Yeah. And with that said, okay.
I guess we'll see what happens next week or 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Don't look so far. It's alright.
So,
DJ Vermin,
I don't know
make
if you
a
take off,
guy in your ear.
ladies and gents, see you all in 2 weeks. Okay, you want to do your thing?
Please like and subscribe. Go out to VerlandRadio.com and there's a swag shop there. Everything you purchase there goes to actually help the station. We don't collect any money. We have never paid ourselves. We've always paid in. So hopefully one day.
Yeah.
Talk
Next
to you
week,
later.
if ever you guys
See
want to
you
have
next
different
week.
topics, yeah, if you guys want to have different topics, put it into the comments, and we will be talking about. We'll bring some of our information that we've seen, and don't be shy. Come and chat with us. Have a nice one, everybody.